Motherhood is often described as the ultimate bond of love and protection. But what happens when that bond is shattered by unthinkable actions? In today's episode, we explore 4 harrowing cases of mothers who killed their own children. Cases that shocked the world and left behind questions that may never be fully answered. In 2001, Andrea Yates, a mother of 5 from Houston, Texas, drowned her children one by one in the family bathtub. The children ranged in age from 6 months to 7 years. After committing the act, she calmly called 911 and confessed. Her reason? She believed she was saving her children from eternal damnation. Yates had a long history of mental illness, including severe postpartum depression and psychosis. She had been hospitalized multiple times, and her husband, Rusty Yates, continued to support her care. Despite warnings from doctors to avoid having more children, Andrea and Rusty had their 5th child, which many believe exacerbated her mental health struggles. Andrea was initially convicted of capital murder, but her conviction was overturned on appeal. In 2006, during a retrial, she was found not guilty by reason of insanity and was committed to a high-security mental health facility. Her case sparked debates about mental health treatment, postpartum psychosis, and the legal system's role in addressing such tragedies. Today, Andrea Yates remains in a psychiatric facility, reportedly spending her days quietly, often creating art. In October 1994, Susan Smith reported her 2 young sons, Michael and Alex, missing, claiming a black man had carjacked her vehicle with the boys still inside. For 9 days, the nation searched for the children, only for the truth to emerge. Susan had driven her car into John D. Long Lake with her sons strapped inside. Smith's actions were later attributed to a desire to continue a relationship with a man who had ended their affair, citing he didn't want children. Investigators revealed Susan's confession, and the entire nation was stunned by her betrayal. Susan Smith was convicted of 2 counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years. Smith remains incarcerated, eligible for parole in 2024. Her case is remembered as one of the most heart-wrenching and controversial, with many questioning what led her to such a desperate act. In 1983, Diane Downs drove her 3 children to a remote area in Springfield, Oregon, and shot them. She then drove them to the hospital, claiming a man had tried to carjack her and opened fire. Tragically, one of her children, Cheryl, died, while the other 2, Christy and Danny, survived with severe injuries. Investigators quickly became suspicious of Diane's demeanor, noting her calmness and lack of concern. Her story unraveled when Christy, after recovering, testified that her mother was the shooter. Diane's motive? She wanted to eliminate her children to be with a man who didn't want kids. Diane Downs was convicted of murder, an attempted murder in 1984, and sentenced to life in prison plus 50 years. Her chilling lack of remorse stunned the courtroom. Downs continues to proclaim her innocence, but her parole requests have been denied. Her surviving children were adopted by the prosecutor who helped convict her, and they have since rebuilt their lives. In 2014, police discovered the remains of 7 infants in cardboard boxes in the garage of Megan Huntsman's former home in Pleasant Grove, Utah. Over a span of 10 years, Huntsman had secretly given birth and murdered 6 of her newborns, claiming she was overwhelmed by her substance abuse and inability to care for more children. Huntsman's estranged husband discovered the bodies while cleaning the garage, leading to her confession. She admitted to suffocating the babies shortly after their births. Megan Huntsman was charged with 6 counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison. The 7th infant was stillborn, according to forensic examinations. The case left a community reeling, with neighbors and family expressing shock over Huntsman's hidden crimes. Her story became a grim reminder of the lengths some go to hide their struggles. These 4 cases reveal the darker side of motherhood, where love and protection gave way to unimaginable violence. Each story leaves behind haunting questions. What drives a mother to commit such acts? And could these tragedies have been prevented? Let us know in the comments which case shocked you the most. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more chilling true crime stories and cases that defy understanding. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.